3, 4, 5, flip, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12. Excellent. Make sure this is going again. Okay. Looks like we're good. Yeah, we're good. All right. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12. Hello, we're doing our strikes right now. 3, 4, 5, 12. Cool. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12. Good. Watch what your hands are doing. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. You want to be able to go smooth first before you do anything fast. That's why I'm still not going that fast either. I want to make sure it's smooth. Keep going, make them look good. Now remember, when we're doing this, this is nothing wild. We're not being wild about this, right? You're not gonna swing it crazy. All right, everything is controlled, nice and controlled. Look how I'm not even going 100%, right? I'm not even going 50%. I'm just going slow and smooth. So make sure you guys are doing the same thing. Going slow and smooth. Make sure you're going through the movements right. Make sure both sides are even. That's what you want. Excellent. Let's get warm in here. All right. Cool. All right, and now we're gonna move on to the blocks, so go ahead and put these away, or well, in your belt or on the ground somewhere where they're not gonna be in the way. Good. All right, so remember our blocks, we have to do 2 of each style, right? So first one, we take, if they're gonna attack you with their right hand going, trying to get you, we gotta use our right hand block, and then circle away. Good, then we got number 2 where we block with the other side. Block, circle away. Then we got 3 where we put our right hand down, left hand up. And 4, left hand down, right hand up. Good, 5, we take this hand, we pass it away. Good, and 12, we're going high block and pass it in. Good. So that's all 6 of the blocks. So again, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 12. Good. All right, so that's all 6 that we've been working on. Let's go ahead, keep going with them. I want you to keep practicing those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12. Now remember, when we're going through these, make sure you're doing things the correct way, right? So number 1, when I block, I still got to get my body out of the way before I can pass. My body needs to move back, right? So I'm blocking. When I block, I got to move my body out of the way. That way, if someone's attacking me, they don't even get the chance to try and get me, right? Because if I just block right here, well, the knife is going to be able to get me right across the belly, and I don't want that, right? So I need to make sure I move my body back. All I'm doing is pushing my back, almost like a bad back stance when I do it, right? So I just move back into like a bad back stance when I do it. That's the easiest way to describe it, but that's how we're doing it on 1 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 12. And remember, make sure that number 12 is way above your head, right? Look how far away from my head that is. It's because if someone's gonna be at you with a knife, you don't want to hear, you don't want it on top of your head, they can still get you, right? The whole point of this is for them not to get you at all. So you want to make sure your arm is above your hand, and remember, you want to use the back of your hand for all of these blocks, right? So even when I do that high block, the back of my hand, see that? The back of my hand is facing up, not the top of my hand, the back of my hand. All right, just like so. Good. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 12. Now remember, make sure you know which side you're starting with, because I'm flipped, right? Everything I'm doing is flipped. If I'm facing with you guys, I'm using my right hand out and around. Then my left hand out and around. My right hand's down, my left hand's up. My left hand down, my right hand up. Passing out to my right with my left hand, and passing up and around, just like so. Right? So everything that I'm doing, I'm gonna be flipped for you guys, because I like to do things different, right? So that's what those would look like. Or if you like using your right hand for 5 and 12, you pass out this way. Use your right hand and use your right hand. Either one works. All right, you just have to know which way you want to go. But I need to make sure that you guys are doing the correct things. So remember, 3, my right hand is down, my left hand is up for number 3. Number 4, my left hand is down, and my right hand is up. So for you guys, an easy way to remember this is if my body's facing this way towards the camera, my hand closest to the camera is down, and my hand farthest away is up. It's the opposite on the other side, right? So my hand closest to the camera is down, my hand further away is up. That's for 3 and 4. So we got, again, 3, 4. You guys see how this hand, the one that's closest to the camera, is the one that's going down. Boom. All right, that's what it should look like. Go ahead and keep practicing those for me. I want to make sure we got those down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 12. Remember, when we're doing this, if I was attacking you, I'm not using my left hand. I'm using my right hand to attack you, right? So everything, number 1, is starting on this side, exactly how you see it. Boom. So that means you need to make sure your right hand is out. That's the side that's blocking. If I'm facing with you guys, my right hand needs to go out and around because it's coming from this side, from here to here. And number 2, right? I'm coming from this side, so you need to make sure your left hand is out. So that way when I pass through, that's exactly what it's doing. I'm passing through, right? So it's going through here, this way, up, down, which means you need to take your left hand, pass around. Number 3, coming from the outside, straight across your belly, just like this, right? This is the side it starts on. So if it's starting on this side, I need to make sure that my right hand is down, all right, for number 3. So when I pass through, if this hand is down and this hand's up, you're good. If you switch them, remember, you don't want your left hand up and your right, your right hand up and your left hand down on number 3, because then they can get you and cut, right? So make sure, again, right hand down, left hand up for number 3. Right, left, all right? For number 3, again, that's for number 3. Number 3, you should be facing that way, towards your guys' left, right? Because they're attacking you starting on this side here. They start out and come across the screen just like so. So if I'm facing the same way as you, right hand down, left hand up. All right, that's very, very important that you know this stuff, because this is how you're gonna stay safe, right? Again, right hand, left hand for number 3. My right hand is down, my left hand is up. And it's the same for number 4, right? I'm coming from this side across the screen. So we start on this side, go that way, right? So you need to make sure that your left hand is down and your right hand is up. Again, left, right. It's very, very important that you know this. Because again, if I have my right or my left hand up and my right hand down, they can still get me. They can still cut straight across, right? And that's the whole point, is to keep that from happening. All right, if I'm going this way, they have a lot smaller chance of getting me. All right, that's number 4. Number 5, I also need to get my body out of the way, right? They're trying to come straight in and get me in the middle of the belly button, just straight in, right? So if I'm attacking you, I have my right hand here, I'm going straight in. So I need to make sure I get it out of the way. I need to move my body and get it as far away from my body as possible, right? That's very, very important. Then the last one is number 12. That's the high block and around. I already talked about this one, right? You don't want it on top of your head. That's not gonna block anything. See this? They have this much extra, where if you're blocking here, all of that right there goes down still. So if my block is on my head, watch, ready? Look at that. You guys see that? Look at all that space in there that still got me. That's bad, right? We don't want that. That's why we have to make sure it's way above our head when we do that high block. All right, so again, for 12, I go up and around. Good. All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna go through the takedowns. Now, Mr. Churchman's not here today to be my model, so I don't have anyone to kind of do the takedowns on. All right, so we're gonna go through 1, 2, and 3 today. 1, 2, and 3, the takedowns for those, all right? They're super easy. Number 1, remember, when we block and we come around, we're doing the video game controller. So we block and around, turn this hand, grab, bring this other hand on top, grab, then I bring it up, right? So if I do that right there, right? I pass around, up, their arm is coming this way, right here, right? If I'm holding the knife and I'm attacking you, boom, you block, you bring it, the other way, block, bring it around, then what you're doing is you bring it up through here, right? So now, it's knocking me off balance here. What you're gonna do is, so you got to here, you're gonna take your leg, step behind their leg, hip to hip. You're gonna shoot this hand out. It's going to go across their shoulders here. Then all you're gonna do is twist. And that's all it takes, right there, right? I don't even have to go all the way down with them. All I have to do is twist, and they're gonna go down. Does that make sense? So again, block, around, grab, up, that's knocking them off balance, and then from there, all you're doing is step, out, through. All right, so all this stuff that I'm going through today, I went through yesterday with Mr. Churchman. That video is on YouTube. If you want to see it done on someone, go to that YouTube video after class here today, and you guys can watch it there, okay? So again, we're gonna keep going with number 1 for a little bit longer. So again, They're coming at you. Oh! All right, so block, around, twist, step through, and down. Now, notice my hand is still closed back here, right? That's because I'm holding onto their hand. All right, this is holding onto the knife hand right here, right? So when I grab and I bring it up, this hand stays on while this hand shoots out. Do you see? Did you see something? Watch this. If I go sideways, I have a hold of it. Watch this hand. Did it move? It did not move at all, right? I moved closer to my target, and now this is against my body. That way, the knife is not an issue at all, all right? So again, I knock off balance, step in, and down. And that's for number one. Now this one is very important because that you do things correctly, all right? That first thing where after you bring it around and up here, that from down to here to up here is quick, because from here to here, your shoulder and elbow only go so far, right? That's as far as my arm goes like this. So when you bring it up past that, this is your distraction, like I talked about last week, where we want distractions to get their mind off of the knife, right? So that right there, oh, that's a distraction because you just twisted their shoulder a way it doesn't want to go, all right? So them going like this, that's a distraction. That's knocking them off balance. If you're leaning back like this and someone comes in front of you and like pushes you, you're gonna fall over, okay? So that's why this works so well. So again, when I bring it up fast to knock them off balance. So when I come in, I can go down quickly and they're gonna drop. Does that make sense? So that's the mechanics of how number one works. So again, today I'm gonna kind of break down the mechanics for you guys. And so each part, showing you how each part works together to take it down. If you wanna see it on someone done, you have to go to yesterday's video and watch that, all right? Because on there, again, I went through 1, 2, and 3 with Mr. Church right here. So I got to take him down. You guys get to see that, all right? That's for you guys. If you want that extra, go for it, all right? But today, I'm just breaking him down. So again, I block, I bring it down, grab, I bring it up fast to knock him off balance. I step behind them because, again, they're leaning like this. You're stepping right through here with your leg, right? So I'm doing hip to hip. They're here with their back bending this way, right? So again, when I shoot out and I bring it down, that's the way they're gonna go, all right? So that's how this works. So if I'm going this way and I'm doing the same side as you, I block, I bring it around, grab, twist, right? I step through, bam, and I take them down, all right? So that's how it works. That's how this one works. All right, now, number two. We're gonna move on to number two. Number two is one of the easiest ones in the world because you're already basically there, right? So number two, you bring it here, around, bring it up, then right there, all you do, look at my thumbs. See how my thumbs are facing up? Their hand with the knife is in here, in this little pocket here. All I'm doing with my thumbs is pointing down to the ground. That's it, that's all it is. Why? Because when you do this one, right, they're coming through here, all right? So you're blocking them, then bringing them down. Then when you grab it and bring it up, you're bringing them to here, right here. My arm is straight, elbow straight, wrist straight, just like so. All right, from there, all you're doing, right, thumbs down. So all you're doing is bending me more. All right, and that's how that works, all right? So that's the mechanics. This is a arm lock. It's a wrist lock, really. So what I want you guys to do is just make your hand like this for me, and then push on it, push on it. Do you guys feel that kind of right in here, how it locks up? That's what you're doing to the attacker. But now you're putting the rest of the arm behind it. So it really doesn't feel good, all right? That's why we go slow with our partners, but that's what this turns into. So I block, around, bring it up and down. Now, I went my way. So if I was facing this way, I would be using my left hand and around, right? For you guys, I'm using my right hand because it's backwards and that's how it works, right? So I block, around, grab, bend. That's it. That's number 2. See how easy that was? Like I said. And the next part about number 2, there's not really a distraction, so you can add one in there. All right? So again, if they're really big comparative to you, when they attack you and you get them here, you have a leg. They have a leg. You're going to go ahead and all you're going to do is side kick right to the knee. Oh yes. See this thing right here that bends? That nice thing that goes like this, right? You're going to kick it on the side, right? Your side kick is going to go right here on the side of the knee. So if they're attacking you with that number 2, excuse me, when I step in, look at that right there. See that right there? All you do, bam, kick it out. Oh yeah, it's mean, but that's how this works. So again, if I'm facing this way, my left hand, I step around and bring it here, right? Well, maybe this is not enough. I need to kick, and then from there, that's when you bring it down. Because that extra step is bringing me from here, where I could potentially like strong arm you, to me going, oh, my knee, and being down here already, and you just bring me the rest of the way down. Does that make sense? So that's how that works. That's a distraction, right? So that's how number 2 works. Around, grab, knee, down. So someone shorter like Jenna, this works out perfectly for you, ma'am. All right. Because knees are easy to kick, right? So it's perfect. And again, in any kind of knife situation, I'm going to talk about this after I do number 3 in depth. This is a very dangerous tool, right? So we need to be careful around it. That's why we treat them as weapons, not as toys when we do this stuff. But it's very important that we take this stuff seriously, because everything I'm teaching you can save your life. All right, number 3. This is the last one. Number 3 is kind of a weird one, right? Because he's coming across the screen, trying to attack you, whew, just like so. So you're gonna block and you're gonna press, right? Usually the press for that, what you're doing is you're bringing it here and then you're snapping the elbow right here. But let's say that's not working, right? Well, what you're gonna do is when you're here and when you press, you're gonna take your front hand and all you're gonna do is roll it. So now, your back hand, sorry, not your front hand. I was doing it because I do this side regular. Okay, anyways, so you're gonna take your back hand, which is on top, right? This hand is on top of their wrist, right here. All right, all you're gonna do is rotate in. What you're doing is turning their hand from here to here involuntarily, right? So again, you're going from here to here, like able to bend involuntarily, boom. So with that, so I go here and I bend. You're gonna take this hand that's up, you're gonna shoot it around and onto their back. All right, so you're here. That hand that's up is kind of right in this area through here. You guys see, so it'd be like this, right? So from there, yes, Jenna got it. You step in and put it on their back. Right here, kind of where their shoulder is. And again, your other hand, the hand that went from down here to up here, that's the one that goes in. The other hand, the one that was up and grabbed the wrist, that stays on the wrist. Don't let go of the knife hand, because this will always, always be the most important part. Because again, if you let go of that and you're only worried about the rest of it, they can get out of it and get you. All right, so again, when I block and I press, this hand stays on the knife. So all I do is step and back, and this hand stays on the knife. So this is what you're gonna look like. I know it's funny without watching someone, but this is where you're going, all right? So one more time, and again, if you wanna see this, go to yesterday's video and watch me do it on Mr. Churchman. All right, so again, I step in, block, press, I bring it around, and done. So again, your hand should end right here. So that is for number 3. That's all I have time for. But Again, these things are very dangerous, right? A knife is a very dangerous tool. That's why we don't run with them. That's why your parents say not to mess with them. It's because these things are dangerous, right? Well, sometimes there is the situation where you're gonna be having to defend yourself against this. First thing first, if it is someone just saying, please, 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 or well, not please, 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 they have the knife and they're saying, hey, give me your phone, give me your wallet, whatever it is, give it to them. Don't even hold on to that stuff. Give them that stuff. Because if that's all they want, you can always buy a new phone. You can always replace everything that's in your wallet. You cannot replace what's in, and like, you can't replace you. Does that make sense? You are more important than your phone. You are more important than your wallet. I don't care about that stuff. If someone's trying to take it, let them have it. Just give it to them. Seriously, that is not as important as you are. All right? That is the first thing about this. If they're just saying, if they have a knife to you and they're saying, hey, give me your money, or give me your wallet, or give me your phone, give me whatever it is, give it to them. That is how you save your life. Second part of that, though, is if it is not in that kind of situation. If they're there trying to hurt you or trying to do something to you, well, then you need to be able to protect yourself, right? And that's why I'm teaching you this stuff, because I want you to be protected. All right, this stuff will keep you safe if that is where it comes to. That way you can get away with your life and go home. All right, that's why this is important. So other than that, that is going to be everything for today. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for joining me, and have a good afternoon. See you, everyone. And then Tim